Pokemon
All
if
right.
the writing was even worse.
Wow. Okay, that's what we're starting with. Cool. All right. Hello, everyone. And
I said
welcome,
what I said. I meant what I meant.
welcome back to Fate
Something
Stay
about
Night,
a faithful elephant.
aka Pokemon if the writing was worse. Wow.
We're just going with that.
All right.
Min,
This
All right,
game.
rename that stream.
Yeah,
Rename that stream.
Fuck.
Min,
you know what?
you-
Yeah. Hang on.
Min, you cannot do this to
Oh
me.
god, I can't.
I will 100% do it
God.
to you. You
Remind me later. I
vastly
can't do it right
underestimate
now.
how spiteful I can be.
Right. I also don't know why the audio isn't playing right. I don't know if this is just a silent scene. Anyways, Night Falls. Tosaka looks like she prepared herself a bath while I was cleaning up after dinner. Honestly, she's acting like she owns the place right from the start. I'll need to make it clear who's boss around here, or things are gonna be real tough for me in the future. Easier said than done. I get the sense seizing the initiative is gonna be really hard. Speaking of difficulties, there's another person who will be the source of my headaches. Actually, Saber's probably my biggest obstacle. Tosaka can be reasoned with, but Saber seems completely impossible to convince no matter what. Saber. I know she's not a bad person, but Saber's back in her room. Tosaka's probably back in her own room in the detached area of my house. I'm the only one in the living room. There's still time before bedtime, so I should probably talk with Saber a bit more.
Mouse
Honestly,
cursor reveal.
Mouse cursor reveal. Only for you, though. Honestly, I'll need to overcome my awkwardness around her, or else I'm gonna suffer for it. Whether she's a servant or not, she's still a girl, and younger than me. That's not even what. God, I'm sure I could learn a lot more.
You see? Vindication!
I'm sure I could learn a lot about her if we talked. Plus,
She is
I mean, to be fair, I think this is just Shinji being an idiot.
Shiro.
Shiro, sorry, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that is just...
Can I kill him?
You don't even
Yes.
need to specify
Kill.
being an idiot. You should just say, this is just Shiro.
Yeah, the other part is, sorry, that was oxymoron, yeah.
Redundant.
Very redundant. I'll need to get used to her, or Tosaka's never gonna stop looking down on me. And that's a problem. I don't want that, so I should work on talking to her more casually.
By the way, I'm currently pulling up the flowchart guide for...
I mean, we're not gonna worry about that for the first route, but yeah.
I mean, I might have to, considering if we don't get enough of the Saber points, we are literally locked out at the end of the route.
That's fine. I go back to my own room. The room next to mine, separated by a single sliding door, is Saber's room. Saber, are you awake?
I am. Is something the matter, Master?
Saber slides the door open. I try to get the hammering in my heart under control as she comes near. Calm down. I'm not gonna talk to her as a master. That's phrasing.
Shiro,
Crazy.
you do not look well. Has your wound opened up?
No, that's not it. I'm feeling all better, actually. How are you doing?
I am fine. It may take some more time to completely heal in my current state, but I am still well above average. I should be evenly matched in battle, so long as it is not against Berserker.
I don't sense any pretension from her. She's simply stating the truth. I don't have any response to give. Saber's words may be encouraging to a master, but I still don't want a delicate-looking girl like her to fight. I have to ask you something. Don't you have any goals other than fighting? Since you're here in the modern world, aren't there things you'd like to do?
Other goals? There is nothing else. Servants are summoned to fight, that is all.
Shira desperately trying to turn this fucking battle shonen into a fucking, rom-com.
You have
Anything
no...
else is futile.
It's
You
better
are
than what the original game was.
Kirby?
Yeah.
Just cook for her, damn it!
Yeah. Yeah.
I figured. I'm trying to tell someone not to fight when it's their only reason for being here. It's not that I wanted to tell her that, but it's just that Saber lacks humanity. That might be enough if fighting is all she's going to do, but she's here right in front of me, looking like an actual human being. So it doesn't feel right for her to just fight. If Saber's gonna be here, she should at least do something she enjoys, or it'll all seem like it was in vain. Hey, Saber, servants are supposed to be heroic spirits from the past, right? Then I'd been about to ask her what she was like before she came, who she was now, but I stopped myself.
I cannot tell you my true name.
During the day, Saber said that she was going to be a secret between the two of us. So I wouldn't be surprised if Saber refused to tell me anything about her past.
Shiro, it is not polite to stop mid-sentence. If the question is important enough, I will answer.
No, forget it. I was just about to ask a dumb question. I avert my eyes and try to change the topic. It really was a stupid question. I thought I wasn't interested in Saber's identity, and Saber's been refusing to tell me because it's not safe. Bringing up something like this would just prove I'm a bad master, dwelling on unimportant stuff. What else can I talk to her about then? I can't ask anything about Saber. The only other topics left would be me. That would be even more pointless. I'm grasping at straws here. I can't ask her about her identity. I'll just have to ask what Saber likes and what she wants to eat for breakfast tomorrow. I don't care if she's going to look at me funny. I'm ready to ask all the futile questions I want.
Shiro, if you do not have any questions, may I ask something?
Yeah, sure. What is it?
It is about last night. You were wounded trying to save me from Berserker's attack. Do you remember that?
I do, but what? Are you going to keep battling me like you, belittling me like you had this morning? I thought it was a rash decision on my part, so don't remind me. It makes me feel sick.
I feel the same way. But there was something I would like to ask you to help me understand you better as a person. Shiro, why did you try to go up against Berserker? Did you not know what would happen if you got close?
Well, of course I knew. I knew getting near that thing would definitely be the end of me. Still, I tried to save Saber, not out of some foolishly optimistic belief I could. I just tried to save her. I didn't care about what would happen afterwards. Saving Saber was my top priority in that moment. If anything, fear of not being able to save Saber was greater than my fear of being killed. Sorry, I forgot why. It all happened so fast, I don't really remember what I was thinking at the time. It's probably just rattled. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made such a suicidal move. Rather than tell her the truth, I'd just say something to try and get myself out of the situation. I probably did it because of how seriously Saber was looking at me.
So you did it unwillingly.
It wasn't unwitting. I told you I was rattled. If something like that happened again, I'm sure I would just be quaking.
You may be right. That is a normal human response. No human would throw away their own life to try to save others. Even those who were later called heroes are no exception. Which is why, should I encounter such a person, I know they are stupid. And if that person continued to carry on in that fashion, the only thing awaiting them would be tragedy.
Her deep green eyes are trying to tell me something, and yet... Cut it out, Saber. Told you, I was just frazzled. I'm scared to die too, so it's not like I can act like a saint. If something like that happened again, I'm going to prioritize myself over you. I try to mask my anxiety by just spouting a bunch of heartless crap.
That is a relief. If this is all just a misunderstanding on my part, then there should not be an issue. Yes, you are a coward. As long as you do not choose to follow the wrong path, you should become a proper mage.
I'm gonna throw myself into danger every chance I get. Hey, do I really look like a coward to you?
Yes, very much so. Especially when you try your hardest to accept the situation in which you are placed. Do you not know such prudence is sometimes called cowardice? It is no different than saying that one who does not know fear can never become a wise man.
She seems relieved. Saber even smiles as she says this. It must be because of how lovely and elegant everything she does is. I can't think of anything else to say, so Saber and I spend the rest of our time alone in my bland room.
My God, Shiro, shut your fucking mouth.
Stop being a fucking simp! And then night falls. I did not talk to Saber or Chisaka in the other room, and nothing much happened until it was bedtime. It's 11 now. The lights in the house are off, and everyone inside goes to sleep to prepare for the upcoming day.
Imagine going to bed at 11 o'clock at night.
I can't
Weaklings.
sleep.
Yeah, no, he can't.
I'm still lying on my side, eyes wide open. This is my room. I should be sleeping. Feels completely different now. Why can't I... It's quiet, but I hear Saber's breathing in the next room. I know. Of course I can hear sound coming from the next room if it's quiet, and since I can hear her breathing, I find myself imagining Saber's sleeping form.
Shut
Stop
the
it!
fuck up, you
Stop it!
creepy
No!
By the way, check the Twitch chat.
Yeah, I see.
Simpro.
Oh,
God damn it. How the hell am I gonna fall asleep in this situation? I just can't stay in this whole bed of needles situation forever. Sneak out of my futon, trying not to wake Saber up.
It fails.
Thank goodness. Thought Saber would notice, but I guess not. Unless she's a deep sleeper. Question whether she can really protect her master this way, but there's no immediate danger. If servants are linked to masters, she would probably wake up immediately if her master is in danger. Tozuka seems to be asleep. The lights in the detached building are out. She's either just that defiant, or maybe she's naturally adaptable. Because Tozuka managed to blend in here in just a day. Well, honestly, it does help having her around. Yep, she's a handful, but she's helpful. One bit of evidence of that is the bandage wrapped around my hand. My command spells, huh? I never would have thought to do that if it hadn't been pointed out. The command spells Master's Bear appear somewhere in their arm. Mine appeared on the back of my left hand. Clothes won't work to hide it, so I'll need to use bandages, even if it looks a bit awkward. It's winter time, so I'll wear some long sleeves to hide it. Tozuka has hers on the opposite hand from mine, around the middle of her right hand, or somewhere around there. The shape of the command spells differ for each master, and I don't think I'll ever see Tozuka's command spell. That's okay, we already have.
Doesn't this kid from the archery club have gloves to wear?
I mean, they're probably school signed.
Maybe.
Silence falls over the shed. This is where Lancer cornered me yesterday, and where Saber appeared. The entrance is still open, and it's pitch dark inside, as if to repel anyone who might dare to enter. This darkness is familiar to me. I used to play here when I was young, and I feel it to be my real room. It sits silently under the wintry night sky. I step inside. After closing the door shut to shut out the cold, I turn on the stove. I would take a break today, but I shouldn't. The old man would be rolling in his grave if he knew I skipped my training 2 days in a row. I sit down in the middle of the shed and take a deep breath. I should train. No pauses. Magecraft is a mental discipline to me, so I shouldn't skimp on my training for no good reason. Breathe in. I begin my training by getting my breathing under control. The usual images pop into my head. The image of a sword drifts into my empty mind. I try to ignore it and clear my head. As soon as magical energies run through my body, I begin my usual training. My strengthening magecraft succeeded for the first time in years when I was attacked by Lancer that night. I need to recreate that same feeling before I forget, or else it'll have been for nothing. Trace on. I close my eyes halfway and release the air from my lungs. That's all can do for now. As I concentrate, everything fades away. Holy Grail War, Saber, Kosaka. If I allow my thoughts to slide into nothingness, any immature hesitation will fall away, and I'll finally get a good night's sleep. That's all can do for now.
That's all can do for now.
What a fucking
Uh-oh.
sentence.
The truck have started to move.
Oh, it has. Tell me if there's a second cat under it.
Funny because I'm editing Fire Red right now.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me I should add a Mew.
I feel the warm glow of the sun. I wake up, my head dizzy, to the sensation of cold air on my cheek. Must be a draft. Ah, in the shed. I get up and shake my head 2-3 times in an effort to wake myself. Oh, right, I just fell asleep like this. After my nightly routine, training to fortify my senses, I must have been too lazy to go back to my room. How late it is, it must be just before 6. I need to get breakfast ready. I fold my blanket up, pick up all the broken shards from my failed strengthening attempts last night, and head back to the house to wash my face. Ugh, it's so cold. The moment I step outside the shed, I realize just how chilly it is out. Miyama is typically warm even in the winter, but the temps here around the mountainside get chilly. And I wash my face with ice-cold tap water, which finally gets my mind going. Alright, I'm completely awake now. Once my mind's woken up, all the things I'd rather not be thinking about, like my current situation, come rushing back. Oh, right, I don't have time to putter around washing my face. The time is 5:55. There's a ton to do, but first I need to head back to my room and check on Saber. Yeah, I did leave my room without telling her. I should at least explain myself. I wouldn't want to upset Saber. Going to the shed in the middle of the night is a ritual for me, so I'm sure she'll understand as long as I explain myself. Once I talk to Saber, then I should start making breakfast. Kosaka said she doesn't eat breakfast, so I just need to make an extra for Saber. Oh, I should go buy more ingredients now that I'll be cooking for more people. I should write that down before I forget.
Amiya cooking.
I have this nagging feeling that I'm forgetting something really important. Oh crap, it's already 6! I need to hurry or I won't make it. Well, if I can't remember whatever it is, it's probably not important. I'm sure there's nobody else that could be showing up at the household today. I slowly open the door. The room is just as I left it. There's no sign of Saber waking up in the middle of the night and searching my room. Doesn't seem like she noticed I snuck out. Well, that's a letdown. I thought Saber would have noticed. Unless she was
Noticed
just in that
what?
deep of sleep. Unless she's just in that deep of a sleep because she requires a lot of rest. Alright, maybe that's what she meant by when she needs to sleep. Maybe that's what she meant when she said she needs to sleep often. And she's sleeping as close to me as possible so she can rush over if something does happen. Whatever the case, it shouldn't make much of a difference as long as I'm in the compound. The bounded field would detect any enemy intruders. I should be able to defend myself for at least a moment, which should give me Saber enough time to get to me. Yeah, the shed has plenty of places for me to hide. Anyway, I don't think I'd get scolded for what I did last night. I thought I would explain myself to Saber, but that doesn't seem to be necessary now. Besides, I'd hate to wake her up if she's still sleeping. Saber, I'm gonna prepare breakfast. I'll make some for you too, but you don't need to get up if you're still sleepy. I'll come back, so keep resting if you'd need to. After speaking softly to her, I head out of my room as quietly as I can. There's nobody in the living room. I open the refrigerator and plan out what I can make for breakfast. Then... Sigh.
Sorry. Morning. You should get up early.
Oh, girl.
Oh, I hate that.
Girl! Tosaka walks in, looking obviously cranky.
That's
Tosaka, what's
that's
going
the
on?
phrasing.
Did something happen?
GameStop employees.
Oh
Can't
my
stop the
god,
foot now.
real.
Nothing. I'm always like this in the morning. Don't worry about it.
Can confirm.
Girl. Tosaka staggers through the living room like a drunken goat.
I can even see through her.
Yeah, she's transparent. Hey, are you okay? Your eyes don't look right.
I said don't worry about it. I'll wake up once I wash my face. How do I get to the bathroom again?
You walked right past it. Take that hallway. If you're just going to wash your face, there's a washroom in the hallway near the entrance.
Oh, right.
I don't know
I'm
how
taking a
much-
toothbrush, by the way.
What? No! Heck! I don't know how much she heard, but Tosaka just waves a hand and walks away. And then the doorbell rings, announcing a guest's arrival.
Hero, someone's here.
I hear Tosaka's voice from the hallway. Oh, don't worry about it. The only people who ever come at this hour are family. It's gotta be Sakura. She has a spare key, so I don't need to go to the door. Honestly, I keep telling Sakura she doesn't need to ring the bell. Sakura's like family, so she can just come in without bothering about the doorbell. But she's always polite enough to ring the doorbell to let me know when she's here. I think that's one good thing about Sakura. But one of these days, she's gonna wear herself out from politeness. Hold on. Sakura is here. There you go! Took you a hot second! Crap! I run through the hallway. Being angry at my own stupidity is going to have to wait. Right now I need to rush the entrance and send Sakura home before she runs into Tosaka. But it's too late. The entrance... Tosaka is greeting the guest, even though I didn't ask her to. And... Sakura looks surprised. Sakura stands at the entrance and Tosaka is in the hallway. The two of them are staring at each other, the air growing tense. Sigh.
Good morning, Miss Pato. Are you surprised to see me here?
Tosaka looms in the doorway, appearing to look down at Sakura.
Miss Tosaka.
Sakura is utterly bewildered. She looks up at Tosaka, fear in her eyes. This is bad. Imagine, I can't manage to get a word out. The two of them ignore me as they continue to stare at each other. There's no room for me to butt here. The only thing I can do right now is try to think of how to explain the situation to Sakura, but before I can come up with a good excuse...
Senpai, what's the meaning of this?
Sakura looks over to me, almost begging for help. Girl! Yeah, it's kind of a long story.
It's not that complicated. I just started living here.
Tosca's response is extraordinarily blunt. She just cuts me off and gets right to the point.
Fuckstick, is this true?
What did you just say?
The short answer is yes. Things happened and now Tosaka's going to be staying here for a while. Sorry for not telling you this earlier. Sorry you got blindsided first thing in the morning.
Oh, please don't apologize. I certainly was surprised, but do not worry about it. What you said earlier is that
That's right. This is something Shiro and I agreed on together. The head of the treehouse, the household agreed. So it's pretty much a done deal.
What? Tosaka, we're not in the tree. Not
Shut-
yet, bitch.
It's the Nintendo Treehouse.
yeah, we're just we're not sitting in the tree yet.
Oh my god.
Haven't put the
shut
magic
up.
tree house
I
up
wanna
there yet.
slap you,
Those clubhouse!
Inspiration.
Very good, very good.
MICKEYMOUSE.
Don't sue us. Don't sue us.
Don't
That
sue
they
us.
can't sue us. That's a U.S. Army march. They can't. They'd have to sue the U.S. Army first. No, seriously, that's a cadence.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Understand what?
You seem to have been taking care of Shiro for a while now, but that won't be necessary now. I'd rather you not come here, for your own good.
Oh my god. Sakura looks down and falls silent, and after a chilling silence,
I'm gonna stab you.
I don't know.
Huh? Come again?
I said I don't know what you mean, Miss Tosaka. I've genuinely never seen Sakura with this face, like,
Wait,
even in the anime.
Sakura, you...
Please excuse me, senpai. I'll be using your kitchen.
fucking
Oh, shit,
based.
she's going for the knife.
Yeah.
Going for the knife.
Sakura, what do you have?
A knife!
Hey!
No!
Sakura bows to me and walks into the house.
Oh, just
She heads
can't,
towards
just
the
wait
living
for
room.
Happenspiel.
Heading right past Osaka and flatly ignoring her.
What?
Osaka just stands there, aghast. No different. I've never seen Sakura act like that, and I don't know what to say. Well, that comes as a surprise, but it isn't the only one. Hey, Osaka, don't you know Sakura always came to my house? I never told you she came by to help me out with coursework.
Oh, well, I just heard rumors. That was just a coincidence. What's more surprising to me is that she's so energetic and happy here. She's completely different here than when she's at school.
Tosaka must be really surprised, given how annoyed she sounds, which means Tosaka knows Sakura pretty well at school. Sakura seems to know Tosaka too, and the two of them appear to have a good senior and underclassmen relationship I was unaware of. But that aside, actually I'm surprised too. I've never seen Sakura so snappy before. Sakura's no different here than when she's at school. I'd say what we just saw was out of the ordinary.
Huh. Okay. Well, that was bad. I didn't know Sakura was so stubborn. If I'd known, I would have made you explain everything to her, Shiro.
Obviously. Compared to Tosaka's merciless explanation, I would have handled that a lot better. No, you would not have. Absolutely not.
Nope.
Nope. You
No.
would probably spend like 5 minutes contemplating her eyes before just saying,
Oh, yeah, like... What's
Quick
done
brain,
is
come
done.
up with an answer.
What do you mean?
That's
This
no
is
good.
bad.
Of course this is bad. This house might turn into a battlefield. I was harsh with Sakura to try and drive her from the house so innocent people like her won't get caught up in this war. Now
Oh,
it's
you-
going to be a lot harder to get out of here.
I have bad news for you, Rin. That
Oh,
was gonna
Rin's
be.
a good person.
That was you gonna be. That was you being harsh? I thought you were just bullying her.
Hey, is that slander I hear?
I was just being honest, but what should we do about Sakura? At this point, she's not gonna leave easily.
Well, we have to do something. So does Sakura only come for breakfast? Or do you force her to come for dinner too?
Stop trying to make it sound bad. Yes, she comes every morning, but not as often for dinner.
I see. Now she's going to want to come every night.
Huh? Every night? For what? I tilt my head in confusion. Tosaka sighs in disbelief. This fucking idiot. Soon after, Tosuka remains in the living room while Sakura begins preparing breakfast in silence. I was a little worried about leaving Tosuka and Sakura alone in the same room, but I'm not stupid enough to forget about Saber. It seems like
Yes,
Sakura
you
is
are.
mad about. Yes, you are. Yeah. It seems like
Don't
Sakura
mind
is.
us, Chiro.
It seems like Sakura is mad about Tosaka being here, so things will just get worse if Saber comes out too. Which is why I decided to explain the situation to Saber. So, there you have it. Sakura, the girl who's here is named Sakura, but she's an ordinary girl, not a mage or anything. So we can't have her getting dragged into the Holy Grail War. If possible, I'd like her to stay away from the house for a while, without ever knowing why. What the hell? I didn't come here to consult her on how to get Sakura away from here. Anyway, Sakura's acting real strange this morning. Tosuka's the reason, but I don't want to upset her even more. Well, you see, Sakura's surprised because some stranger's here, so she'll get even angrier if she sees you here. Am I being rude or something, Saber?
Not at all. I understand what you're trying to say, Shiro. You want me to wait here, correct?
Yeah! I'd really appreciate that. I'll come back for you right after I see Sakura off, so you can eat breakfast then. Saber nods quietly. So glad Saber's so understanding. Okay. I'm worried about what's happening in the living room, so I should hurry back. Saber.
Shiro,
Hmm? What's up, Saber?
you have no obligation to explain yourself in situations like this, but you should calm yourself down a bit. Your words and behavior are noticeably disordered.
Am I panicked?
Yes, you are. If you return to the living room, I suggest you calm yourself down before you do so.
Saber's advice is given in her usual tone. And breakfast begins as usual, like nothing happened.
Here you go, Senpai. And would you like some too, Mr. Saka?
Sakura hands me my bowl of rice. She's acting like her usual self. I don't know what happened while I was gone, but the tension between the two seems to have dissipated. At least on the surface.
Okay, I'll take a bowl.
Tosuka hesitates a little before accepting the rice bowl. Sakura smiles as she puts bowls of miso soup, egg omelet, and other dishes on the table. Tosuka watches the table filling up, looking utterly flummoxed. Tosuka, I thought you didn't eat breakfast.
If someone makes it for me, I'll eat it. It's only polite, you know.
Well, as long as you're okay with it, then let's eat. And sorry I made you get everything ready, Sakura.
Please don't worry about it. This is my job. I'll start eating too.
Lucky you, making a junior classman prepare breakfast for you. Who died and made you a king to deserve that kind of treatment? Well, I'll grill you about it later. For now, let's eat.
The three of us bow politely and begin breakfast.
Who died and made you king? King Arthur.
Yeah, nobody's talking. I guess the mood isn't that tense. Our breakfasts are usually pretty light on conversation. Sakura and I aren't really all that talkative, so it's no shock meals are so quiet. But why does breakfast feel so chaotic every day? Wait a minute. I get another nagging feeling. My brother in Christ, did you forget not only one but two women show up to your house every day? Dude, come on now.
Senpai? Was the fish too salty for you this morning?
That's not it. But I just have this bad feeling like I'm forgetting something. My brother in Christ.
My
absolute imbecile.
my brother in Grail.
It be. I try to convince myself that it's probably not important since I can't remember, but I feel like that's a terrible mistake. that you've already made today. I'm gripped by this sense of dread, like I'm ignoring a fatal disease or something. Oh well, bet it's not that big of a deal. I try to just shove the thoughts from my mind as I go back to eating. Just then...
Morning! Oh man, I overslept!
Fujine comes bursting in. I forgot. How could I have forgotten this? I guess I tried to forget my problems rather than deal with them.
Shiro? Food.
What a fucking lie! Fujine situates herself in the normal spot.
Good morning, Fujimaru-sensei.
Sorry, that's you as well.
Or Fujimura.
Good morning, Kojima-sensei.
The two greet her in unison.
Here you go, Miss Fujimaru. It's not much, but please dig in.
Sakura hands her a rice bowl with her usual smile.
Huh?
Fujine takes the bowl and tilts her head in confusion. She senses something strange, but doesn't know what exactly. Fujine quietly chews her food. And after finishing a whole bowl of rice, she leans over to whisper in my ear.
Shiro? Why is Tosaka here?
She's gonna stay here for a while, starting today. I stick to the facts.
Oh. Tosaka does some pretty weird stuff.
Yeah, she's a strange one. The way she is at school, she's like a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, so she's gonna be spending the night here from today on?
Fujine seems to accept this and takes a big gulp of her miso soup. Yeah. There it is.
What are you staying with you?
Discord does not like what you were doing.
Oh.
My ear holes.
This Discord noise suppression ate half of that. It's great.
Who turned on them blasted weasels?
The table
Jesus.
suddenly flips violently. Luckily, Sakura is sitting out of the path of the flying food, while Tosaka had already moved away, apparently predicting what was about to happen. So, I'm the only one who ended up getting splattered. What the hell, Fujine? Don't you realize there's hot pizza soup, piping hot rice, and scorching meatballs that I'm hot? Burn me if you spilled those on me. Hey, why are we having food from a hot pot for breakfast anyway?
Oh, what are you thinking, Shiro? What, are you hoping to the project a rom-com letting a girl stay You know, I can't laugh at
Curb, don't make jokes.
Oh my god!
Noise suppression has been turned on.
Oh my god!
Don't make jokes.
I wasn't trying to make you laugh! This really stings! I'm actually getting burned here! Sakura, give me a towel!
Here you go. Got you a cold, wet towel, son.
It's hot.
Thanks. Oh, I just found a chicken meatball in my shirt. It's freaking hot!
You need to explain yourself, Shiro! This isn't some sick joke, is it?
Of course not! You know I don't like to get around about these things, right? Anyway, Tosaka's staying here. Complain all you want, but it's already been decided, so there's not much point!
What your intention is, but I can't allow it! Big Sister will not allow you to live with a girl under your roof!
Fujine roars. Well, that went about as well as I expected. Fujine is my guardian, and she's also a school teacher. I don't think I'm getting out of this situation with 100 whacks from a wooden sword or even 100 cuts from a real one. But unfortunately, I have to find a way to live with this. Can't you just let us go? I'm not doing anything wrong, and Tosaka and I aren't in that kind of relationship. It's just kind of ended up in this situation by accident. I'm not letting her use one of the rooms here for now.
Shut up! I won't allow her to stay! I don't know what's going on with Tosaka, but send her home!
Well, she's Not even willing to listen. This is bad. Guess she's not easy to convince as I thought.
Miss Fujimura, you say you do not approve of me staying here, but I already stayed over last night.
Tosaka is so casual about how she puts it. Her words seem like a cold water dumped over Fujine's head.
That face. That face.
Come again?
Like I said, Emiya let me stay over last night. Well, actually, I've been here since Saturday evening, so I've technically stayed over 2 nights already. Right now, I'm staying in one of the guest rooms in the outbuilding, and my luggage is already there. What do you think, Miss Fujimura? I'm already staying here at this point.
The color drains from Fujine's face.
Shiro, how dare you! Did you not even consider how Kiritsugu would react if he was around?
He would have
What
shot
would he have
someone.
thought? My old man would have definitely been happy about it. Something about a man's worth or whatever.
I can't even argue that. Kiritsugu's definitely a ladies' man, I get it. So he passed his bad habits down to you, Shiro, you goddamn idiot!
Fujine grabs my collar and shakes me. Well, my old man did always teach me to protect girls. I'm not as chivalrous as my old man was, but I agree. Even so... Sigh.
What? You want me to help you out?
You guys have it pretty tough, though. Because of my chivalrous upbringing, I do have to keep my mind that, cold-hearted as she is, Rin is still a girl. Like of you, I can't get out of this myself. Use your silver tongue here. I nod in Tosaka's direction while Fujine shakes me.
That's not nodding, that is getting your head flung around.
So,
Hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make this quick. Miss Fujimura, the only thing you'll get from shaking Emiya is a weak squeak, so please stop. If you keep up, you might even shake the breakfast out of him.
You think that look on your face is going to scare me? You've got another thing coming, Tosaka. I'm an educator and Shiro's instructor, so I would never approve of you staying over this house.
Fujine takes her hands off me and turns towards Tosaka. It must be your feral instincts kicking in. She must have thought Tosaka would pounce on her if she kept her full attention on me.
Why? There are plenty of students in our school who live in boarding houses. Isn't developing and nurturing students' independence part of our school's mission?
Don't try to lean on fancy words to intimidate me. Besides, using this place like a boarding house is going to nurture your independence. The place is practically a dream home, with food magically being served to you, practically sparkling clean, and the bath always full of warm water. Staying here would just spoil you.
Sakura in the
Look-
background, just like,
I was just gonna look to the giant
What the hell are you
broken
talking
window from the other day.
Fujine. That hardly seems appropriate coming from a teacher.
Besides, students who live far away are the only ones to believe in boarding houses. Your house, while it's further than here, is still close enough to commute. Even Sakura commutes from your side of the neighborhood, so there's no need for you to stay here, boarding house or not.
Well, you see, my house is currently undergoing a major renovation.
True!
It's an old building, so a lot of places are practically falling apart. It's as if there are strange men falling through their roofs and crashing into their furniture.
Strange men falling through roofs and signing contracts is no basis for world building.
Shut up, Bacha!
Actually, Satan.
Very good, very good.
I don't know what you're talking about. I love breaking through buildings.
Anyway, I was thinking of staying in a hotel until the renovations were finished. But I ran into Emiya and told him about my situation. He mentioned that it would be a waste of money and offered to let me stay here.
That does sound like something Shiro would say.
Yes, I was surprised by his offer since I hardly know him. But living in a hotel really would be a waste of money. And that would that'd be especially unstudent-like of me. So I thought it would be more beneficial and educational for me to stay at Emiya's house instead.
Fujine groans. Tosaka's answer and mannerisms are textbook. There's no room for Fujine, a teacher that she is, to object.
I understand now, but there is still one issue. You and Shiro are the opposite sex. I still don't love the idea of the two of you staying under the same roof.
Fujine, were you not paying attention? She's literally staying in a building that's not part of the main building. They're not under the same roof.
Mm-hmm.
It's Japan logic.
That's you, Sai.
Sorry. And what are you concerned about, Miss Fujimura?
Well, you know, you're pretty and Shiro was a guy. So I wouldn't want anything appropriate to happen.
Oh, don't worry. They took that stuff out of this version of the game.
Also, don't worry, Shiro's an idiot.
Also, don't worry. Shiro's dense as lead.
He's dense as a brick and has no riz. You don't have anything to worry about.
No, that's the
Laid
line.
The only type of laid he's getting is getting laid on his ass.
Thank you, Min. That is the line.
Well, the outfitting does lock from the inside, and it's like a separate house.
You see, do you not trust Emiya? You mentioned that you're Shiro's instructor. That would mean you know him better than I do. If you say he is the type of character who might do something like that, I may need to reconsider staying here.
Don't be silly! Wow, that delivery.
I
Don't be
noticed.
silly! Shiro's an upright gentleman. He would never make a girl cry.
Then there's nothing to worry about. I believe I can stay here without needing to worry because I trust Emiya too.
That was a dirty trick, Rin. I appreciate it.
Treat her
Fujine
like a
starts losing
goddamn
steam.
fiddle.
Check and mate, Tosaka. There are a few things Fujine could have responded to, but I'm sure Tosaka would have had no trouble talking her way out of them. Anyway, it looks like Tosaka has officially gained citizenship in the house. And then breakfast ends. As expected, Fujine gave up after Tosaka talked her down. In the end, we agreed to keep our living arrangements in this secret at school, while Fujine would supervise us at home. With that decided, Fujine got really excited, knowing that there were going to be more people in the house, and she left for school in a good mood. What a fucking... Jesus, girl! After breakfast ended, I called out to Saber before I left for school. Saber, calm as always, says...
Follow Rin's directions at school. And please seek me out if you are ever in danger. That is how I will know my master is in a dire situation.
She returns to her room.
Man, I am so glad that the Nintendo Switch version of this game tells me exactly the worst that we can see.
It's time to go to school.
Then let's get going. I don't know this area very well, so maybe you can show me some shortcuts to school.
Rin Tosaka is in her school uniform, standing next to me. My image of her as an honor student is fading, but she still makes me nervous when I see her in her uniform. Just going to school with the prettiest girl is nerve-wracking enough, but on top of that...
Senpai, I finished locking up the house.
Oh, we are gonna get super harassed as soon as we enter the gate by a certain someone, aren't we? Oh no.
Miles.
Oh no.
Sakura's coming with me too. Oh boy. Sakura typically goes to school at Fujine because she's a member of the Kyoto Club. But this morning, Sakura stayed put in the living room, helped clean up after breakfast, and waited for me to go to school.
Did you get Sakura a key to your house, Shiro?
I did. Sakura's never done anything bad, and she's been a big help to me all the time. So, with all that in mind, I can't give you a spare key, but that won't bother you, right?
I don't mind, but what's that supposed to mean?
You do bad stuff. You probably don't even need a key anyways. Not foolish enough to make something so unnecessary.
Oh, is that so? Fine. You're right. I won't need something like that anyway.
Tosaka turns her head, huffing. Maybe I'm just getting used to her, but I'm starting to find these mannerisms of hers fascinating.
I have a key. It's called Fireball.
I have a key.
Fireball.
Archer!
I didn't ask if the door was locked. I said I cast Fireball. Huh? What's wrong, Sakura? If you're done locking up, then let's go. We got to Osaka this morning too, so I want to get to school as early as possible.
Yes,
Sakura?
you're right. We should go if you insist.
Sakura's reply is pretty unenthusiastic, and she trails behind us. This isn't good. Sakura's seemed down ever since Tosaka convinced Fujine to back off. Fujine might have consented, but I still have a feeling Sakura isn't convinced. Probably need to talk to her. Yeah, I should find a way to give these two time to get along and be friends. The sloped road is packed with students. It's 7:30, which is the busiest time for students getting to school. Among the flock of students, I stand out, and I can feel everyone stares since I'm pretty famous company. Maybe she forgot something, but Tosaka's been quiet the entire time. What's wrong, Tosaka? You've been acting weird ever since we reached the hill.
Am I acting odd this morning?
No, you're not odd, but your behavior is.
Girl, you couldn't even find the bathroom this morning.
Senpai, that's contradictory. I don't think that's what Tosaka was asking.
Huh? Then what was Tosaka asking?
Everyone is staring at Miss Tosaka, so she was worried there was something wrong with her appearance. Isn't that right?
Nah, she still looks like a bitch.
Oh my god.
Do I look like a bitch?
Yeah.
Do I look like a bitch?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, do I look weird to you, Sakura?
Still you.
It's weird. I may have been sleepy this morning, but I still blow-dried my hair, and I don't think there's a single wrinkle in my uniform. Maybe I have bags under my eyes because I slept in a new, unfamiliar place last night.
What are you yelling at me for? It's not my fault you couldn't sleep, and even if that's why you've got bags under your eyes, it's no big deal. Just forget it.
How dare you! Girls care about their appearance from the moment they're born! I've always tried so hard to look perfect, at least on the outside, but I guess my streak ends today.
You really can tell a man wrote this, huh?
You can barely tell a man wrote this.
Saying that a man wrote this is being generous.
Holy shit.
Oh, whoa.
Min has the
Whoa.
best burns today. Like
I
with
will
the beard.
eviscerate.
No,
this
Fujine has the
man
best
like
burns
that.
today.
My fucking voice.
No, Shiro's technically the one that has the burns right now.
Shit, you right.
That said, Min,
Yes.
I don't give a shit. But roast the ever-loving fuck out of the author more than the art, please.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
The author
No.
absolutely deserves it. Fun fact, he's currently working on backing up freaking age restrictions just so we can put in a certain artwork
my-
for his freaking mobile
Oh
game.
my god. Oh man. Wolf. Alright.
First.
Again, why are you yelling at me? I know you. I don't know what's going on here, Tosaka, but it's definitely not my fault. Take your frustrations out on something else.
Please do not worry, Tasaka. You're as beautiful today as always. Everyone's staring at you because you're with us since you've never come to school with anyone before.
So that's why I'm being treated like this? I'm not insulted, but I thought I figured out how school works after 10 years. I guess there's still some mysteries left at school for me.
Who the fuck talks like that?
Tosaka
You
ponders
sound
this
like a-
seriously.
You know that line from Sky Pirate Girlfriends, you talk like a comment section? That's this game.
Hold on, what kind of person ignores someone telling them they're as beautiful as always? You really don't get it, do you? Most people
No.
will notice if you come to school with someone, especially if that person is a guy.
Exactly, but Tasaka doesn't care about that kind of thing. That's why there's never been any romantic rumors about her.
Huh? That's good to know. That means there's only been one victim who was taken by her appearance and suffered the consequences. I whisper that part to Sakura as we walk a bit behind Osaka, who still looks puzzled.
Woozled.
We walk through the school gate, stairs following us the whole way. We'll only need to endure the stairs a little longer, since we'll separate once we get to the school building.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm really not up to seeing the source of my headache first thing in the morning.
Tosaka mutters to herself as we head towards campus. Following Tosaka's gaze, I see a familiar face pushing his way through the crowd of students. Yeah!
Sakura!
Yeah!
Who do... Everybody here has a role. Who do we want with Shinji?
I mean, Min doesn't.
Hey man, do you want Shinji?
Do you want
Sure, I
the
can be an
absolute
asshole.
worst person? Yeah?
Talk to us like you want to talk to your superiors at McDonald's.
Oh,
No, yeah.
Are you sure you want that?
I
Yes.
mean, yeah. That's
Are
probably...
you absolutely sure? I'm gonna need
Just
you to
do
sign
it.
a waiver on this.
For this character, that's probably about accurate, yeah. Anyways, whenever you're ready,
Sakura.
Pokemon.
Oh, it's my brother.
Sakura shivers at the sight of him. Shinji acts like he doesn't see us. Instead, he makes a beeline for Sakura and says,
Why didn't you come to the dojo? Who do you think you are, taking a day off without telling me?
Shinji raises a hand. Instinctively, yo, Shinji, working hard first thing in the morning, huh? Just high five him. Yeah. I grab his hand and meet him.
Emiya? So you were at Emiya's house again, Sakura.
Yes, I went to help Senpai, but that's...
Ah, that it's your duty as his junior to do that? Oh, that's such bullshit. You have no responsibility to help a guy who hurt himself. Your job is to listen to me.
Shinji huffs as he lowers his hand. I have no reason to hold on to his hand if he's not going to hit Sakura, so I let go.
Do you take some kind of sick pleasure in getting in our way, Emiya? Sakura's a member of the Kyoto Club, so stop forcing her to do shit for you that makes her skip practice, okay?
I don't have a response to that. Having Sakura come to my place to make breakfast does hold her up in the mornings.
That's not true. I help Senpai out because I want to. I think you're going a bit too far, brother.
Too far? That's my line, Sakura. So what if Emiya lives alone? If he says he's fine alone, then you could just leave him be. I bet Emiya's more relaxed that way anyway.
But that's a terrible thing to say.
Fine. No more going to Emiya's house from now on. You didn't come to practice even though I told you to, so you should be ready for some punishment.
Sakura gasps and freezes. Shinji tries to grab Sakura and pull her away, but the instant he does...
Morning, Mato. I thought I'd just listen and not get involved, but that's quite the conversation you're having.
Sokka? Why are you here with Sakura?
Shouldn't be that big of a surprise. Sakura is Emiya's friend, and I'm an acquaintance of Emiya. That's why the three of us walked to school together this morning. Did you not notice?
But you know Emiya?
That's right. As a matter of fact, we're good enough friends that we might keep going home and coming to school together, which is why I'm considering being friends with Sakura too.
But Emiya!
You guys just keep talking. I'm gonna start backing into this bush over here, don't mind me.
Take me with you.
No, Homer, get back out here.
Shinji glares at me. It might be my imagination, but I feel murderous intent coming from him that goes way beyond just animosity. And while I haven't really been getting along with Shinji lately, I don't remember doing anything that would make him resent me anywhere near this much.
Don't be ridiculous. This is a bad joke, Chisaka. There's no way you would hang around with a guy like Emiya.
Oh, I know. You probably got it all wrong.
Nope, that's still him.
Oh,
It
it
is,
is,
yes.
yeah.
I wasn't sure. Oh, I know. You probably got it all wrong. Yeah, sure, I was friends with Emiya before, but we're not anymore. Emiya and I are long since done being friends, so you don't gain anything by being friendly with him.
Is that so? Well, that's a relief, since I never had the slightest interest in you.
Whoa there. I feel bad for Shinji. If I were in his shoes, Tozuka's words would be traumatic enough. Probably wouldn't recover for a good while.
Why, you...
Oh, and by the way, Mato, about your conversation earlier, I thought morning practices for the Kyoto Club were voluntary. I've never heard that you needed permission to be absent. I'm sure this would be news to Miss Fujimura and Ayako as well.
Shut up! It's none of your business what an older brother tells his little sister. Don't poke your nose into our family affairs.
Oh, I completely agree. And that's why you shouldn't have anything to say about Emiya's home either. Honestly, you've got some nerve causing a scene like this so early in the day, Mato.
Yeah.
Shinji retreats a step, still glaring at Sakura and me in the process.
Fine. I forgive you for this morning. But you won't get a second chance, Sakura. If something like this happens again, I'll put you in your place once and for all.
Shinji heads towards the school building after making his big pronouncement. He's turned tail and run after Tosaka gave him such a dressing down.
I'm so sorry, Senpai. My brother was so rude to you.
Sakura is apologizing to not just me, but Tosaka as well.
Don't worry about it. It was actually a nice way to start the day. The gears in my head are oiled and turning at full speed now. I love a good argument, you know?
Me when I comment in the YouTube comment section.
Shinji is just that guy in the comments.
And I should be the one apologizing. I might have gone a bit too far. He still has a reputation to think about, and I shouldn't have said something like that in front of everyone at school, you know? If Mato acts all down from this, go ahead and cheer him up. And tell him he can spar with me anytime he likes. It might be life or death next time.
Yes, if
Oh
brothers
my
have
God.
learned anything from this incident, then please spar with him again, Mr. Saka.
Oh my god, she's supporting it.
Please roast him like a marshmallow.
Beat him like a pinata.
Roast him like a
Relieved,
chestnut.
Sakura smiles cheerfully.
Man, I can't wait for you two to be as close as a knife and a stab wound.
Vlad the Impaler when he discovers marshmallows.
Oh, do you want me to show you Vlad the Third's fate artwork?
Tosaka seems suddenly bashful and looks away.
And you two, Senpai, please try not to get mad at him either. Your brother's only friend.
I know. It's probably impossible for me to not get mad, but I've known Shinji's like that since forever. I can see us getting close again at some point, so I'll take baby steps with him.
Yes, I look forward to seeing that happen, Senpai.
Sakura quickly bows. Yeah. The only thing I can really get mad at Shinji about is the way he treats his sister like crap. Yeah, just that one small little thing. Just that one small little thing.
Let's have another good day, Senpai.
Sakura heads to the first year floor. Tosaka and I climb the stairs to the second year floor. What?
Oh,
And run right
There you
into
go,
the
man.
student council president.
Why are you with Tosaka, Shiro Emiya?
Oh, good morning, weirdo. What kind of greeting is Wawa?
Yeah. I woke up feeling like something was off this morning, but I never thought it could be this dire. Just come over here, Emiya. Staying so close to Tosaka might poison you.
Issei tugs on my arm. Hard. Tosaka looks at Issei and me without a word, and then walks towards Class 2A, as if nothing happened. Nope.
Go right on ahead.
Nope. That was Issei.
Go right on ahead. Nobody's stopping you.
Tosaka silently passes by. But then...
Shiro, rooftop, lunch.
She whispers that to me so Issei wouldn't hear. I half expected it to be a stage whisper so that he could just fucking with him. It's lunchtime. After seeing Tosaka and me in the morning, Issei hasn't been speaking to me. He's been treating me like a traitor. Guess I went too far. I feel just a bit of regret. Issei interrogated me about why I was with Tosaka this morning, and my response was, we got close over the weekend. That was not a great idea.
Shiro. I know you're stupid, but come on, man.
I expected Issei's next set of questions to be about how and why we got close, but before I could explain further, Issei staggered away. I guess that works to my advantage, since I need to do things alone for a while. Having fewer people involved will make things easier. Anyway, first thing I need to do is... I assume this doesn't matter, but we're probably going to go to Tosaka.
I'm checking.
Well, I hope it was the right choice.
I promise to meet Tosaka. I mean, I said I'm going to make, like, decisions, just generally, for the time being, but...
Yeah.
If we need to roll back at any point, we can. May have been dictating to me, but she probably has something to talk about. I buy lunch and head to the rooftop. The rooftop is typically packed with other students when it's warmer, but it's deserted in the winter chill. Although winter in Fuyuki is comparatively warmer, the rooftop gets unbearably cold. So the only people exposed to the cold wind are myself and...
You're late! What's the holdup?
Tosaka, shivering in the shadows. Where's your blazer? Sorry I'm late. I felt bad, so I brought you something to make up for it. But I guess you don't need it. I show her the warmed canned coffee I brought, and put it back in my pocket.
You may look unsophisticated, but you're pretty considerate.
I did it because I felt like it. And come on, go a little further over there. It's when you're over here, and people might see us. I hand her the canned coffee as I head towards the back where I won't be seen. We won't be as conspicuous here, and there's no way for anyone from the 4th floor would see us. Hi.
Thanks. Next time I prefer tea, and I like instant milk tea. Other than that, you'll get no thanks from me, so be warned.
Got it. If I remember next time, that is. Why'd you call me here? Considering we're meeting where there's nobody else around, I assume you want to talk about you-know-what.
Of course! What else would we talk about other than that?
Yeah, you're right. So what's up?
Why are you acting so nonchalant?
Huh? It's cold. I want to make this short. Aren't you cold too, Tosaka?
What? Of course I am! I was planning on getting this over with real quick, too.
Yep, I figured. I was just stating the obvious, so she really doesn't need to yell at me like that.
Well, fine. Then I'll get right to the point, Shiro. What were you thinking of doing after school?
After school? I don't really have any plans, honestly. If I need to help out in the student council, I'll help, but if not, I'll go back to my part-time job. Why are you looking so confused? If you have something to say, just tell me. I'll try to address it.
Honestly, I may not care what really happens to you, but I guess I'll give you a warning. We have formed an alliance, and you're just too inexperienced as a mage.
And again, sick of hearing out how inexperienced of a mage I am. I'm actually sensitive about that too, so don't bully me. Do not bully me.
Bully
Little
him.
Weedle guy.
Bully him.
I'm not bullying you. I just want to point out how ignorant you are because you don't seem to notice there's a bounded field set up around school.
What? Bounded field at the school? Hold on. Bounded field at the school. Does that mean...
Yes, that means
You
it's a
got it.
bounded field at the school.
That's a bounded field set up by some other master. It's been cast over a wide area, and if it gets activated, it'll pretty much enclose the entire school grounds. It's intended to steal the flesh and blood from all the people within the bounded field. It looks like it's still at its beginning stages, but haven't you noticed how listless everyone seems?
Now that she mentions it, I felt a little strange 2 days ago, but was that why? That means there's a master at school?
Exactly. We have an enemy lurking here. Do you get it now, Emiya? If you're not prepared, you'll die.
My relaxed demeanor fades and I tense up. So, do you know who this master is, Tosaka?
No. I have some ideas, but I don't have solid proof. Well, actually, I do know there's another mage in this school, but a mage isn't necessarily a master. There are cases where amateurs become masters, like you, so I can't be sure.
I'm still a mage, and I'm not a complete amateur. Hey, hold up! Did you just say there's another mage at the school?
Yep, but I don't sense any indication they're a master. I checked right away, but they didn't have command spells, and I didn't sense the presence of a servant. If they're hiding it really well, that's another matter, but I'm pretty sure they're not a master. Which is why I think the master here is someone who knows only a bit of magecraft, like you. I've been feeling a bit of magical energy other than ours here recently. That has to be the enemy master. But...
It's not enough to track. Master's not a mage, huh? You must be very sure if you're bringing it up. I believe you, but I didn't know there were so many mages in our school.
It's actually not that many, it's just me and that other mage.
Yeah.
You know how mages value their lineage, right? If two families put down roots in the same town like this area, they couldn't help knowing each other.
Is that what happens? But I didn't know anything about your family.
Your household is an exception. Your father had to have alienated himself from the association and been some sort of lone wolf. He probably settled here because he just liked it. But this city is under the Tosaka family's jurisdiction. If we had found out, we would have taken everything from him. So I guess he was hiding to avoid exactly that.
What the heck do you mean about taking everything from him?
Curious? I'll come and collect from you once you are properly trained, so look forward to it.
Jeez, what facade do you put up? Some honor student you are, you imposter.
Oh, is there something wrong with that? Maintaining appearances is part of a mage's job description. Because you know, I'm the Tosaka family's heir, so I have to act like the perfect honor student, or I wouldn't be able to face my father in heaven.
What? Your father?
Funny, you think he's there.
I was gonna say, Evan.
Oh, you poor, poor summer child.
He's an infernal. We need him for killing Lucy.
They just made
Sorry.
Dante a servant.
Ha.
Oh, gosh, shut the fuck up. He died when I was young. Well, he lived a long and fulfilling life, so I'm not really that sad about it.
Tosaka smiles as if saying that's just how it goes when you have a mage for a father. But that's a lie. You're sad when someone dies, all the more if that person is your parent. Saying that it can't be helped because someone is a mage is no excuse to just gloss over it.
Well, you're right. I can't really argue that. You're absolutely right.
As she says that, Tosaka opens up the canned coffee she's been using as a hand warmer until now. She drinks her coffee in small sips. I'd expected her to take a big gulp, honestly, but she's pretty feminine when it comes to things like this. Stop!
Shut up. Shut up.
Stop it! Bad!
Back on topic.
Thank you.
There are only 2 mages in Fuyuki. The other masters are either from outside, or they're irregulars who were chosen to be masters because they just know little magecraft.
Is that so? So according to Tosaka, I'm quite the irregularity. I got that, but if there's a master who barely started learning magecraft, they probably wouldn't be able to create a bounded field like this one.
It may not be the master. The servants might have put up the bounded field. Servants can't choose their masters. If a servant ends up with a master like you, their only chance of winning would be if they came up with strategies themselves.
Probably. I hate to think of it that way, but I can't argue.
Good. I like it when you're so accepting. So about this bounded field, it's quite advanced. It's pretty much at the level of magic. It's as if it were magic. Fucking hell. And if there were a mage who could create something like this, they wouldn't be able to conceal their presence or magical energy. So I believe this bounded field is the work of a servant.
The works of a servant, huh? That must mean the master isn't as dangerous.
That's not necessarily true. Whether they're mages or not, whoever it is, they don't know the proper rules. They're almost certainly the type to immediately kill any master they find.
Huh? Not know the rules? The rules of the Holy Grail War?
No, the rules of just being a human being. If they are making their servant create a bounded field like this, they just flat out don't know right from wrong. But listen, Shiro. Once this bounded field is completed and activated, it'll dissolve and absorb everyone inside. Think of it like they're in the belly of some sort of creature. Or rather, we might not be affected by it because we are protecting ourselves with magical energy. But anyone who doesn't possess magical energy will weaken and die without their knowing. This is way beyond just involving ordinary citizens. The moment this battlefield is activated, everyone in this school will die. Do you understand? There's a master in this school who is willing to make a bounded field this awful.
Vision blurs momentarily. I take a deep breath so I can make sure I fully comprehend what Tosaka's trying to say. But it stops there. I attempt to imagine the worst possible outcome, even if my imaginings may fall short, and keep that image deep within my heart and accept the position I've been placed in. I get what you're trying to say. So, Tosaka, can't we try to destroy the bounded field?
I tried, but it was impossible. I found all the sources for it, but I can't destroy them. The only thing I can do is temporarily weaken the sources to delay the whole thing from activating.
So as long as you're here, the bounded field can't fully be formed?
I can only hope, but that's wishful thinking. The bounded field is already set up, and the magical energy needed to activate it is gradually accumulating. According to Archer's estimate, everything will be ready in about 8 days. When it's ready, either the master or servant will transform this school into a living hell.
Everybody's gonna be turned into the world's most gruesome juice box.
And before that happens...
We need to defeat the master lurking in this school. But it'll be challenging to find them. We've pretty much been at their mercy from the moment the bounded field was formed. The master just needs to wait until it's ready to be activated. They don't need to make themselves known until then. So the only chance we have is...
They come out, right?
Bingo. So you should stay quiet until then. You'll have to fight whether you like it or not when the time comes, and it'd be stupid to let the enemy find you were you to go searching for the master yourself?
The metallic sound of the school bells rings out across the frozen rooftop. Lunchtime is over.
That's all I've got right now. I have somewhere I need to go today. So go home by yourself. Try not to take any detours.
Tosuka leaves with a casual bye. This doesn't feel right to me. Learning that masters may attack other masters is enough to make me anxious, but it feels around the school? But now there's a possibility that innocent people might get dragged into this too. That's not what masters do. It's just what a mass murderer does. So I need to find whoever set up this bounded field before it's activated, and then destroy them utterly.
I'll be right back.
Min, this was you again.
Rejoice, Shiro Emiya. Your wish shall.
I shake my head, trying to ignore the words that pop right into my mind. I never wished for this. Wishing for bad guys to show up so I can defeat them is not what I do. The end of day homeroom ends, and students start to file out of the classroom. Normally I would go to the student council room, but I decided to go home since Tosuka told me to.
Wow, what a bitch. Specifically, Shiro is a bitch. He's just doing what he's told.
The gate is still locked. Alright, it's been a while since I came home this early. I usually help out doing odd jobs or go to a part-time job, so it's rare for me to come straight home from school. I usually find the gate unlocked and Sakura prepping dinner inside. I've gotten so used to that after a year, I've forgotten how important coming home early can be. Even the simple act of opening a locked gate makes me realize how thankful I should be for Sakura coming here. I'm home! I step into the hallway as I call out. The moment I enter the living room, I see the blonde girl.
You're back, Master.
For a split second, as I see Saber, I feel like I've been hurled into a dream or some sort of fantasy.
Shiro? Did you just get home?
She calls my name in a quiet voice. I finally come back to reality. Oh, Saber! Sorry, you surprised me, popping up so suddenly like that. Just for an instant, I mistook her for a normal girl rather than Saber.
Oh? Your orders were for me to stay here. Was I mistaken?
Oh, no, I just got confused. Don't worry about it. How are you feeling, Saber? You said you were looking to sleep a lot, so does that mean now you're...
There is no problem with me being awake now. Well, it would be ideal for me to sleep except when fighting, but that would leave me rusty. I should move around periodically, or my body will not be properly responsive when I need it.
Got it. You've got a point there. You get a headache if you sleep all day, and I'm sure you're not sleeping because you're sleepy.
Yes, that's true. I do not sleep because I get fatigued. But Shiro, did you say you get a headache when you sleep too much?
Oh, you? People don't typically do well if they sleep for a good chunk of the day. In my case, I'll get woken up by a headache, so I can't sleep for more than half a day.
How strange. That never bothered me. I have always been able to sleep as much as I like, both now and in the past.
Huh. That doesn't sound particularly efficient, Saber. Sleeping all day would be a waste. Wouldn't it be more fun to wake up and play if you weren't sleepy?
You might be right. You waste less time that way.
Right? You may have been forced to do this because you're with me, but once your contract with me ends, you should go back to your normal lifestyle and cycle. It may not be my place to say, but if this becomes a habit and you sleep all day, people might start thinking you're lazy. Shiro. I put my hands on Shiro's shoulder. Shiro. She's not alive.
It may in fact be too late. Some may already see me that way.
She thinks about it and furrows her brow. I thought this was just idle chit-chat, but Saber doesn't really seem to get jokes. Shiro, after she's done here, she's not gonna stay. We moved to the living room. Saber looks like she wants to know what happened today, so I decide to tell her about the bounded field at school Tosaka warned me about.
You know, to be fair, even if she did sit there, Shiro wouldn't know what to do first.
I see.
Shit, you right?
That master must be planning to use the people inside the school as a sacrifice.
To be blunt, probably, yeah. Tosaka said it needs more time, though.
I agree. Completing a bounded field that large should take a considerable amount of time. It is possible to enclose a school building, so it's most likely chosen to function in a manner similar to a temple altar. I believe it would take at least 10 days to fully activate a bounded field of that scale.
10 days. I felt something strange about 2 days ago on Saturday, so that means we still have about 8 more days. That lines up with Tosaka's estimate.
Yes. Whether that bounded field is meant to gather sacrifices or is intended to solidify the opponent's defenses, both will pose a problem for us if we permit its completion. We will need to find the master who created this bounded field before that happens.
Yeah, Tosaka said it would be challenging, but it should be easy to identify someone when they're lurking in the school. We need to do everything we can to find them and make them stop the bounded field. The chances of them being someone from the school are pretty high, considering where they set up the bounded field. A student or a teacher. Starting tomorrow, I'll search the school as thoroughly as I can during lunch and try to find anyone suspicious. Other than that, we'll need to figure out what kind of servant they have with them. Then again, we'll only learn that once we've found them. Then, the only thing I can do right now is think about the servants I've encountered already. Saber's awake, so now's my chance to ask her about them. Okay, then... yeah, let's just go down the line. About Lancer. Guy. I should ask about the very first servant I encountered, Lancer. Saber fought against him, and it looks like she figured out who he was. Hey, Saber, do you know who that Lancer guy is?
Lancer?
Yeah, when you fought him off, you said something. Something about Ireland? I thought maybe you figured out his identity.
Oh, that is what you mean. This is a surprise. I never thought you'd be interested in knowing servants' identities.
I was told it could give you an advantage. But why do you look so pleased, Saber?
Don't worry. I do not know who this Lancer is, but he looks like the sort of person who dies a lot.
He looks tough and never wins fights.
We can come up with strategies to deal with opponents whose identities we know. Taking down opponents whose weaknesses we have found first is one of the fundamental tactics in battle.
I don't intend to seek out someone to fight if they haven't done anything wrong, but it'll only derail a conversation if I bring that up now.
Shiro, he literally killed you. It doesn't get any more wrong than that.
Almost twice! So about Lancer's identity. From your tone, it seems like you know, Saber.
Yes. That red spear of his, those runes protecting his entire body, and his abilities focus so intently on survival. I have no doubt about that servant's identity. His true name is Cuchulainn. He is the great hero of Ireland who wields the demonic spear Guy Bolg.
Cuchulainn? I've never heard that name. Then again, I don't know much about Irish mythology.
Says a lot of people that played this game.
So, is this Cuchulainn guy strong?
He is not famous in his country, so his prominence may be diminished, but regardless, he still has more than enough power. His agility is unrivaled, and I believe his noble phantasm is the most suited for this war.
His noble phantasm? Oh, you mean his spear? Now that I think of it, that thing was moving really weirdly. Is that what the Guy Bolg is all about?
Most likely, yes. There are many variations on the legend of the Guy Bolg.
Good lord, are there a lot of variations on that legend?
Some say it is a cursed spear that one kicks at one's target. Others say that it is a demonic spear capable of growing 1,000 thorns the moment it pierces its enemies.
Huh? That's two different legends, isn't it? So how can you call it a legendary weapon?
There is more to that legend. There may be many legends of Guy Bolg, but each of them agrees that the spear always pierces the heart. I had always assumed that was based on the wielder's abilities rather than the weapons, but it seems I was mistaken. The demonic spear's identity, Guy Bolg, means Lance's spear has the ability to literally pierce the heart of its enemies.
Oh. The moment she brings this up, I vividly recall the scene. At night, the spear thrust at Saber's feet had suddenly changed trajectory, heading straight for her heart instead. That means his spear is...
Yes, it's a demonic spear that is guaranteed to pierce the opponent's heart when used. It either bends time and space or the law of causality to allow it to move like that. Although it probably is a combination of the spear's curse and Lance's own abilities, there is no weapon better suited for single combat. It is exceedingly practical.
Practical? What's that supposed to mean?
Do you not understand? Lance's spear may not be powerful enough to destroy someone as large as the castle, but it is perfectly suited to kill a single human being. A noble phantasm consumes magical energy proportionate to its magnitude. A rank A noble phantasm consumes a massive amount of magical energy when used. Once it is used, it will take a tremendous amount of time to replenish that lost magical energy. However, to kill one person, nay, a single servant, no such destructive force is necessary. There can be no better tactical advantage than Lancer being able to do so with a single attack.
So what you're trying to say is that it would cost less to shoot a single arrow than a cannonball.
Correct. However, a single arrow would typically not be effective against servants. Ultimately, battles between servants require attacks more in line with the force of a trebuchet. But Lance's Guy Bolg,
while it may only be a single arrow, can potentially be fatal with just one strike. Because it's not just a graze, but a fatal strike through the heart.
Exactly. On top of that, it does not require as much magical energy to deploy. The amount of magical energy consumed is so low, he could use his noble phantasm perhaps 7 times without needing to replenish his magical energy. That is why his demonic spear is well suited for this war. An ordinary servant would require rest after a few battles, but Lancer has the potential to fight 6 opponents if need be, though it would have to be single combat in his case.
In other words, he may not be a flashy servant, but he can manage a solid win. He was using a lot of unnecessary and impractical moves. He was playing with me when he fought me.
That is true. Lancer appears to be a curious sort of person. He may have been quite heartless in history, but there was also a side of him you really couldn't hate.
I might agree, but I still shouldn't let my guard down. He stabbed me in the chest as casually as if he were just cutting grass. Neither Berserker nor Lancer are the type to hesitate about using the weapons that they wield. Even.
Dang, they're just yielding their weapons now.
So about the other
Shit,
servants.
this is easy.
Please wait, Shiro. Someone has entered the gate of this property.
What? You can sense something like that? Oh crap, it's already so late. This is bad. Sakura must be back. The doorbell rings, and from the front entrance, I hear Sakura's voice.
I'm coming in.
No, you hear Sakura typing on a
Saber,
keyboard.
sorry, but
Yes, I know. I will retire to my room, so please do not mind me.
Saber goes back to her room, almost as if switching with Saber.
I'm home! Good. You came home early like I asked you to.
Jessica walks in, laden with shopping bags.
Thank you for having me again, Senpai. It's rare for you to be home so early.
Sakura walks in, smiling happily.
Okay, everything is ready. I'm going to get started.
Tosaka psychs herself up and heads to the kitchen.
Senpai, about dinner tonight.
You don't have to worry about it since it's Tosaka's turn today. You prepared breakfast for us, so leave dinner to us. She and I'll handle dinner while Tosaka's staying here.
Oh, very well. If you say so, then I will have to oblige.
So I'm also just trying to, like...
Yeah, I'm near my
My-
end.
Not even tired, it's like my body's feeling funky.
Mine is feeling a bit bad as well.
Like my
Oh
my left hand's feeling a little numb, but my heart's doing well.
Let's get
Oh
through
no,
this page and then we
guys.
can line things down.
no, Eddie's turning into Funky Kong.
Sakura quietly sits
No,
down.
I hear my left hand isn't feeling that great. I'm thinking, wait, he has a fucking contract?
Oh
I hear
no.
a fiery
Oh no,
boisterous
what's this
sound coming from the
rash?
kitchen, but I see nothing of Tosaka. Alright. Yeah, we'll wrap things up there.
What's this
Boy,
rash
what
on
a
the back
line
of my
to
Yeah, I
leave
hand?
feel
off
lightheaded.
on. What a line to leave off on.
Yes, I can trust her. Alright.
Bullshit.
But yeah, this is around the time, like, so yeah, starting next week, this is around the time I just plain need to be off.
Yeah, no, this is probably around the time I'd try to end anyways. I was just going a little later today since we started a little later than
It
preferable, but yeah.
It does help that I won't be coming into this immediately off of work,
True,
so
true,
I might
true.
be a bit more awake, but I really can't afford to stay up.
Yeah, no, I'll try to start pushing for about 15 minutes earlier than current, so
Sure.
yeah.
Elena, can you hear them? Are they at the TV right now?
Anyways, thank you all so very
I'll
much
be able
for
to hear
stopping
them once I
by.
take out the headphones.
Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next stream.
Later.
Yep.
Alright.